OMG. OMG. Oh, I forgot to close that door. Hold on, guys. Okay, we're gonna ignore how long I just spent struggling to close the door. Um, but anyways, hi everybody. Welcome to another episode of Music Talk. Sorry, I thought I could move this mic down. I guess not. Anyways, hi everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Music Talk Thursdays. I'm your host, Chloe Rivera, and today's episode was a little hard to come up with because I woke up and I was like, I don't really know what to talk about today. And like I also had a job interview. It was a lot. But I didn't really know what to talk about. So I was kind of asking for ideas. And my mom gave me the amazing idea of talking about Disney Channel slash Nickelodeon stars that went from an actress to a literal pop star now. So, mom, if you're watching this, shout out to you because you just helped me come up with today's show. Anyways, um, so yeah, let's um get started, I guess. This is a very random topic, but like when my mom told me this, like to talk about this, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's really smart. Because the first thing she asked me was, did you talk about the Bad Bunny halftime show already? And I was like, of course I did. Like, why would I not? So, um, yeah. And I was like, I'm still waiting for the Grammy nominations to come out, which by the way, when that does happen, there will be an episode on that. So stick tuned for whenever that is. But yeah, she was like, "Oh, like talk about some whatchamacallit, Disney Channel and Nickelodeon stars that became pop stars." And that conversation came up because we were listening to Sabrina Carpenter in the car. So, because of that, let's start with Sabrina Carpenter. So, you guys, I mean, I would hope you would know, but like Sabrina Carpenter, she started on Girl Meets World and she was acting on that. And then like I think while she was on the show, she made music, but I don't think anybody really like knew about it. I'm not sure. But yeah, so we got Sabrina Carpenter. She was on Girl Meets World originally. I don't know if she was on anything else. I feel like she was, but it's not jogging my memory. But on Girl Meets World, she made music while being on there, but like, she was more focused on acting. Because the one song I do remember from her, like when she was in her like little Disney Channel era, was her song. It's called Thumbs, I think. Yeah. It's literally the only song I remember from her. So yeah. Um and now she is literally a pop star, like a literal pop star. Like she released I know like her first like album was like to all the email like all the emails I sent something with email. So it was something with emails. But yeah, she made that album and like, she has a couple notable songs from there, like Nonsense. She went viral for her nonsense outros like when she was on tour. Um she has Nonsense, she has Feathers. I love Feathers. Feathers is so good. Um she has Because I Like the Boy. The album's good. But the one noticeable one is whatchamacallit? Short and Sweet. That album, like, really, like, got her to this big pop star fame. Um, I actually listened to the album fully for the first time a couple days ago because I've only heard a couple of songs off it, like Taste, Please, Please, Please. But, like, I wasn't really, like, actually, like, looking into it. Um, but I listened to it fully for the first time. Same with her new album that just came out, Man's Best Friend, something like that. Um, both albums are actually really good. And, like, cause me personally, I don't really listen to pop music. I listen to mostly, like, Spanish music, K-pop, hip hop, all that. I'm not really a pop music girly, but Sabrina's album was really good. I will say that. She just did SNL, which was really good. Hilarious, and her performances were so good on there. Um, Sorry guys. Um, and I know she's doing a tour right now. She's gonna be in New York, um, during Halloween, so, like, next week, which I tried looking for tickets for it, but they're kind of expensive. But she's doing, like, a couple shows in New York, which is really exciting, so good for you, Sabrina. Um, okay, next up, we got the Jonas Brothers. Now, the Jonas Brothers, I know they were on Camp Rock, um, but, like so here's my thing with the Jonas Brothers, I never actually listened to them. I don't listen to the Jonas Brothers, I only know them because, they were on Disney Channel. Um, I've maybe heard, like, 1 or 2 songs by them, but, like and they're good, but, like, I don't know, I've never actually listened to a Jonas Brothers song, like, if you've asked me to name 5 Jonas Brothers songs, I cannot tell you. Um, but they're not bad artists, I know they're on tour right now or something, or they're going to do a tour, which I'm really shocked about because I'm not gonna lie, I know at one point they were done, like, as a group, so they were all doing their own thing, like, I know Nick Jonas was making, like, his own solo music, Joe Jonas, he was in that band, DNCE, I think DNCE, I think that's what it's called, I don't know. Um, he was doing that little band at one point. 'Cause, he had that song "Cake by the Ocean." I love that song to this day still. Um, and then Kevin, I don't really know what Kevin was doing. I think Kevin was also making solo music. But then they randomly just came back together, and now they're doing group stuff again, which I'm like, "Wow, good for you." Um, so yeah, that's the Jonas Brothers. Next up, not Miley Cyrus. Well, we're gonna get to her after this one, but Demi Lovato. Now, Demi Lovato, she was also on Camp Rock. Um, she I don't I've never I know she makes stuff now still, but I never really listened to her new stuff. I've only listened to her older stuff. Like Heart Attack, why am I drawing a blank right now? I don't know. But, like, I've listened to her older stuff. I've never really Confident, um Cool for the Summer. Like I said, I've only listened to her older stuff because I love her older stuff. I That is, like, one of my guilty pleasures, I will say that. But, yeah, there was one album she made, I forgot the name of it, but I know there's a song with her and Ariana Grande on it. But I did listen to that album at one point, and it is pretty good. I don't listen to it a lot, but, like, great album. Um, I don't really know what Demi Lovato's doing right now. I've heard she's getting back into acting, from what I've heard at least. I don't really know, but, I mean, good for you, I guess. And I think it's the same thing with the Jonas Brothers because I think they're making like a reboot version of Camp Rock. I don't know. That's what I've heard. Except Demi's not gonna be in it. I think she's producing it. But I know the Jonas Brothers, I think, are gonna be in it. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see that they're doing a reboot of a movie I've once loved as a kid. Um, Now we can get to Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus, everybody knows her as the iconic Hannah Montana. Used to love Hannah Montana. Oh my. Um, I know she, like, won a Grammy not recently, but, like, a couple years ago. Like, when she dropped Flowers, I forgot what year that was. I think that was 2024, so so then that's last year. But yeah, I don't really listen to Miley's music, but she is a great singer, I will say that. Her whole I know her and her sister, Noah Cyrus, both great singers. I love Noah Cyrus, but yeah, I don't really know much about Miley Cyrus and her music, honestly, but, she is a great artist. Sh she's definitely very different from, like, her before, like, during her Disney days. So yeah, and I've heard from a little birdie, the birdie being Instagram, that they're she's apparently doing, like, a Hannah Montana tour, which I would love to go to because I used to love Hannah Montana, but people were saying that apparently it's only for 25 and up, like, age-wise, and I'm like, "This it's really weird considering I grew up watching Hannah Montana myself, and I'm 19, so why is there only for 25 and up?" I don't know, it's weird, and even, like, for my sister's 22, 21. Um, that's awkward. Sorry if you're listening, but, yeah, uh my sister's in her 20s, and even she grew up watching we both grew up watching Hannah Montana, so I don't understand why it would only be for 25 and up, like, we grew up with that too, guys. And then next we got Selena Gomez. We all know Selena, Wizard of Waverly Place. Um, sorry guys, I need to take this sweater off because it's really hot in the studio, I don't know why. I need to turn the fan on. Anyways, um so yeah, Selena Gomez, she was on Wizard of Waverly Place, we all know that. We all know she just got married, I believe, to Benny Blanco, which congrats. But music-wise, it's the same thing kind of like with Demi Lovato, that, like, I've only really listened to her older stuff, I've never really listened to her newer stuff. Um, except this one song she has. It's not, like, new, but I'd say it's fairly new. It's with her and Rauw Alejandro, which I love Rauw Alejandro. Um, but yeah, it's a song with them too, and it's pretty good. It's called Baile Conmigo. Um, so good. But like I've only listened to her older stuff. That's really it. And I don't know what she's up to now besides her doing Rem Beauty, if I'm gonna be so honest. But I mean, good for her. We love that. Um, and yeah, so that's the first half for our Disney actors. Um, so quick little ad read. Um, yeah, let's do it. If you're interested in having your voice heard or you're interested in having a show on WIUR, email the president of WIUR, Robbie Basil, or you can come by the station and somebody should be here to help you get started. And if not, shoot Robbie an email, or you could shoot one of the e-board members an email. Um, and if you're same thing, like if you're interested in trying sports broadcasting or like working with some of Iona's like games, you can email Robbie about that. Um, and if you're interested in having sorry, I read a text. Sorry. And if you're interested in having an audio ad for WIUR or for WIUR Sports, you could DM us on Instagram with your not contact, concept. Or you can contact one of our eBoard members and one of us will help and give you more information. And make sure you are following WIUR on Instagram at WIUR underscore Gales Radio. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's fun. You get to see many different shows. And yeah, that's our ads for this week. Same as usual. It's fun doing a radio show, so check it out. And yeah, so let's get back into this. I have 3 more artists to talk about. 2 of them being from Disney. 1 no, I'm lying. I have 4 more artists to talk about. 2 from Nic 2 from Nickelodeon, 2 from Disney. So let me finish the Disney section first. Um, Next up, we have Zendaya. You know, Zendaya was on Shake It Up. Love Shake It Up. That was, like, one of my favorite Disney shows of all time. Um, and okay, here's the thing with Zendaya's music. Her music, I feel like, isn't really known because I kind of feel like she kind of just does this little like side hustle, whatever. But I think she's definitely more into acting still, but like she's obviously not doing that for Disney anymore. Um, so yeah. And what she's doing right now, you know, she's still doing the acting. You know, she was on Euphoria, which apparently she's not gonna be on it for the third season. From what I've heard at least. I don't know, I could be wrong. But apparently, she's not gonna be in the 3rd season, which is kinda disappointing because and weird, because she's kinda the main character of the whole show. But, I don't know. Other than that, Zendaya doesn't really do much for music. I think she was in The Greatest Showman at one point, like the movie version of it. Um, so that's all for Zendaya, really. I mean, yeah. And then our last Disney star we got is Miss Olivia Rodrigo. Um So Olivia was on how do you pronounce it? Bazaarvark? Um, yeah, Olivia was on Bazaarvark, and she's like out of all the Disney stars I've talked about today, she's one of the few that are like very huge in the pop world. Her and Sabrina. Those 2 are like the biggest Disney stars to make it out into the pop world. But Sabrina, yeah, she was on Bazaarvark. She is still making music. I've heard she's working on a new album right now, apparently. She just did Lollapalooza recently. Not recently, but like a while ago, which is cool. Um, I did love her Sour album. That album is so good. Um, and her other one, Guts. Guts is pretty good too. But like Sour was just so good. Like it came out around quarantine time, so it was like that was the album, and that's what got her, like, really popular in the pop world, at least. So, very cool. I don't know if she's still on tour right now. I don't think she is, but, like and I don't really know what she's doing currently. I think she's just, like, vibing. So, yeah. Okay. Now, when I was looking up the Nickelodeon stars, which is what we're about to move on to, Um, there isn't really any that are like that have gotten big in the pop world except 2, which you probably already have an idea who one of them is. But if not, it's Ariana Grande. She's like out of all the pop stars I'm talking about, well, now pop stars that I'm talking about today, Ariana is probably number 1. Like for childhood TV to pop stardom. But yeah, so now that we're talking about Ariana, let's talk about it. You guys all know, or should know at least, Ariana was on Victorious and Sam and Cat, which was like kind of like the spin-off of her character, Cat Valentine. Not kind of, it was the spin-off for her character. Um, so yeah, Ariana, she don't get me started on Ariana because she's doing a lot. She just not just released, but like she released her Eternal Sunshine Deluxe version, so good, so amazing. I cried listening to that album. She's going on tour, which I got tickets for, and I'm so excited to see her in Brooklyn. I've always wanted to see her. I've been a fan of her since her Victorious days. So being able to see her in concert now, because I really wanted to go to that Sweetener Thank You Next tour, but I didn't. But being able to see her now in concert, oh my gosh, I am so excited. I fought for my life getting those tickets, but it's fine. Um, but yeah, she's going on tour this summer. She's released an album. She's in Wicked. The next one comes out, I think, November 29th. So, and if you haven't watched that first one, go watch it because it's so good. I've watched it so many times already. It's bad. But yeah, she's playing Glinda in the Wicked movie. So exciting. Um, she has her REM beauty line still, which I absolutely love. The makeup from there is so good. Um, and there's definitely way more, but it's not clocking to me right now. I don't know. Anyways, but that's on Ariana. I mean, I could go on for days about her, but I have a time limit, so I cannot. But our final one for today before we wrap up is I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, but Leon Thomas. He was on also on Victorious with Ariana. Um, he, I know he's like produced for a lot of people, but like I think he's now getting into like actually making his own stuff. And let me tell you, so good. He had that song that got really popular. And like there's a whole remix with like Chris Brown now, but he's gotten pretty big now, which is so cool because he has such a nice voice. So it's just so exciting to see how much attention he's getting now. Because like I said, he's always had a good voice, even on Victorious. Like, oh, he's so good. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know much about him and like what he does outside of his music, but um yeah, I mean, I think he's releasing more stuff, which is so awesome. But yeah, anyways, that's all I got for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Sorry it's kind of like last minute. Yeah, I hope you I hope you enjoyed. Sorry, I'm exhausted. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. This has been Music Talk Thursdays with Chloe Rivera, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. So, yeah, I'll see you guys. Um, yeah, okay. Bye, everybody. Have a good rest of your Thursday.